What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the film room. Today we're going to be taking a look at a guy that I think could be a replacement for Xavier Woods if we are to let him go this offseason. This is a guy a lot of you were commenting about on that Marcus May video I made a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen that, definitely be sure to go and check it out. I'll link it above for you. Marcus May is still for sure my number one guy to replace Xavier Woods if we let him go this offseason, but definitely at number two, and as you guys suggested, is going to be New Orleans Saints free safety Marcus Williams. Before we get into it, definitely be sure to go and hit that subscribe button. Only 200 subs away from that 2,000 subscriber mark. And after starting this channel just at the beginning of this past season, can't believe we're almost already at that 2K sub mark. So once again, guys, thank you for all the support, and let's go on and get into some Marcus Williams film. Now, I already know what you guys are thinking, and yes, I am well aware that Marcus Williams was the guy that whiffed right here on Stephon Diggs in the Minneapolis Miracle. Unfortunately for him, this is a play that is likely what he is going to be remembered for. It's one of the greatest plays in NFL history, and he was on the short end of the stick in it. He had a routine tackle to make, and he just messed up. He was a rookie at the time, and I don't think this is a defining play for his career. He has had an otherwise very productive and has been a very reliable player for the Saints on the back end throughout the first few years of his career. So no, I'm not going to completely judge him and say, oh, we can't pick up this guy. He was, you remember him from the Minneapolis Miracle? Yeah, that's him right there. I don't even know what he was doing, to be honest with you, but yeah, that's him right there, just completely whiffing. So no, not gonna just completely take away the potential of signing Marcus Williams because of this play. If I'm being honest, there's really not a whole lot to discuss when taking a look at Marcus Williams' film. You kind of know exactly what you're going to get if you pay a player like Marcus Williams, and I think that's a pro and a con. We'll get into that after a couple clips. But just looking at what you're going to get out of Marcus Williams, he's pretty much going to be a guy that's taken away a deep half or a deep third, deep middle of the field every single time. And he does a pretty darn good job at doing it. You'll see on this play here, going over the top, helping out his corner, and then laying a hit on Calvin Ridley to force an incomplete pass. He's just going to be in a cover two look here, taking away a deep half of the field, and does a really good job on this play in particular in doing so. This play here, we're going to have Marcus Williams responsible for the deep middle third of the field in this cover three look for the New Orleans Saints. And I just want you guys to watch the speed getting from this left hash all the way over to the top right of the field and breaking up a potential score on the speedy Julio Jones, nearly intercepting on this play. And Marcus Williams actually ran a 4.5640 at the 2017 Combine, which isn't exactly the most electric number for a guy that is typically going to be responsible as the last line of defense in your defense, but it definitely does not show on his game film. He was a super reliable guy for the New Orleans Saints that they could put over the top, having to roam from the middle to either the right or left side of the field to take away these deep routes, and he often did a very good job in doing so and was making plays on the football pretty consistently like this. Also, in this very same game, you can put him in the cover one look, just have him in the deep middle third of the field and be responsible when his corners are down here in man coverage for taking away anything in the left, right, or middle of the field that comes deep. He has the speed to drop back and then come over the top and make a play like this, intercepting the ball, has solid ball skills, doesn't intercept everything that I think he should, has had a few drops, could definitely have a lot more interceptions on his career had it not been for a few drops. You saw one on the play before this. But this play here prevents a touchdown, makes the most of it, tracks the ball well, and just once again, a reliable guy over the top to come in and prevent these big plays. As I had mentioned earlier, pretty much what you saw in those past few clips is what you're going to be getting out of a guy like Marcus Williams if you pay him. Not a crazy amount of versatility, not a guy you're going to be using in exotic looks. The Saints only blitzed him 2 times in all of last season. So yeah, you know, hey, we pay this guy, we're going to put him in a deep third or a deep half and just let him use his instincts in Rome. And I do think that fits what we might be needing if we let Xavier Woods go, and he is the guy we end up deciding to go with because we already have that guy in Donovan Wilson that we can bring down in the box, use on exotic looks and blitz packages and whatnot, and just say, hey, Marcus Williams, just drop off, don't get beat deep, do your thing. So, for example, if we're going to look like this pre-snap, got Marcus Williams on the right, Donovan Wilson on the left here. Going to bring Donovan Wilson down, maybe in a hook to curl zone on a cover 3, drop Marcus Williams off in that middle third. Cover 2, we can drop both of them off into a deep half here from this. Cover 1, maybe send Donovan Wilson's up to man up on a tight end, or even send him on a blitz here. Let a linebacker man up, or even bring him down in a middle zone as a robber in a cover 1 robber look. And then just have Marcus Williams roam over the top, help out where it is needed, come down, make a tackle, not let anything get over the top and beat, as you saw him capable of doing in these cover 1 looks where he's just kind of that center field roamer. And I think this could fit very well for him in this new Dan Quinn scheme. He could be kind of that Earl Thomas, just be that center field kind of guy. And then Donovan Wilson can be that Cam Chancellor kind of guy. Bring him down in the box, send him on blitzes, let him lay the wood and come down and make hits and plays on the football. So yeah, if we do bring in a guy like Marcus Williams, we know we'll be getting what we paid for. If we're just wanting to have a free safety to just drop off into coverage and then we use Donovan Wilson in a bunch of exotic ways, then so be it. We can get Marcus Williams. We know he's going to be able to do that and be that kind of center field roamer. But say we want a little bit more versatility at the free safety spot, I think we would try and bring in a guy like Marcus May. So maybe we can interchange him and Donovan Wilson, keep offenses on their heels a little bit more. Maybe Marcus May is going to be that guy down in the box. Maybe it's going to be Donovan Wilson. Just never really know. But if we're just wanting to do kind of what the 2013-2014 Seahawks did, in that you have Cam Chancellor, kind of that down in the box kind of guy, and then Earl Thomas is their center fielder, I think we could get that with Marcus Williams. Personally, I would rather have the versatility of Marcus May. And also, I just think Marcus May is a much more willing tackler than that of Marcus Williams. And I think that's a pretty big thing at the safety spot in this defense. Our two safeties this past year were number 2 and 3 on the team when it came to leaders in combined tackles. So with how poorly our linebacker and defensive tackle play has been, you're going to need to be a able and willing tackler coming down from the safety spot, and I just think that fits Marcus May more than it does Marcus Williams. As far as what I would like to see the Cowboys pay a guy like Marcus Williams, my hope is to get him somewhere in this 9.75 to 10.5 average annual value range. My worry is that with Justin Simmons and Anthony Harris being unrestricted free agents this offseason as well, that when they sign their deals with their respective teams, they're going to push that number even more because they'll likely surpass that $14.75 million mark that Buda Baker reset the market at earlier this season. So with that being said, I do think that number might go up a little bit. I don't think they're on the level of Justin Simmons and Anthony Harris, so I don't think we'd have to worry about potentially having to pay a market resetting type number. And with the salary cap likely remaining the same as well because of the lack of fans, which led to a decrease in revenue for the NFL this past season. So I do think it is realistic to try and get a guy like Marcus Williams or Marcus May somewhere between the 9 and 11 million mark. Like I said, I don't think they're on the level of Justin Simmons and Anthony Harris, nor do I think we should try and pay a safety that is going to be resetting the market. But if we can get a guy like Marcus Williams around that price, I would be completely fine with it. And I think he could come in and, as I'd shown in this video, do a really good job at that free safety spot in keeping the lid on the defense. Well, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I appreciate you all for stopping by and staying until the end. Definitely like and subscribe. We're so close to 2,000 subs. Can't thank you guys enough for being that close to hitting that number already. And definitely comment below. Let me know if you want Marcus May, Marcus Williams, or hell, even if you want to keep Xavier Woods on this team, what kind of deal you would like to get those guys for. Once again, guys, thank you all for stopping by, and I will see you on the next video.